Welcome to another edition of Mr. Walker's podcast with your host, Mr. Walker. We are back. As you can see, the setup is a little different. Studio being changed around, but we are here to deliver another show. I would like to discuss what men want from women. Well, the guys that have some sort of substance to them, some sort of character, maturity, yeah. So I've lately been talking with some older guys, and I noticed one problem in particular that everyone seems to be having is the relationship going stale after some time of being together. And I've also asked these guys, have they expressed this to their woman? You wanting certain things in a relationship and not, getting them, or this woman just falling short of the things that you've actually told her you wanted. And more than half said they have. Communication, like I've expressed before, communication is a major part of a relationship until it gets, so bad where the communication isn't even working. And I could honestly say that my past relationships, that things have gotten so bad where I just kind of like shut down, even though I know that isn't the remedy. But you tend to shut down when you don't feel like what you're saying has any value. Especially, I can't speak for everyone, but myself, yes. But yeah, these guys, I've asked them, what was it that they felt like, why the relationship went stale. And a lot of them said sex being, boring and predictable. And it almost felt like, like a drill sergeant. Do it this way. Give me 10 of these, 5 of these. You know what I'm saying? We're done. And the woman, and another thing was like their women wasn't trying to stay up. She wasn't trying to keep herself up. It was like, I got you, and that's that. Well, I'm here to tell you, ladies, if you could be doing better as far as appearance wise, and that you don't like the way your clothes fit on you, why would you expect this man to? And why it shouldn't be okay for you to allow this man to lie to you. I understand sparing feelings, but I'm with you because I love you, right? And if I can't be honest with you, what's the point? What's the point? Yeah, so these men, that's some of their problems. And for me, in the past, problems for me in relationships was the fact that like I ran into this problem at least twice where I'm big on support. I don't care what it is that I'm trying to do. Even amongst my friends, like here I am sitting in front of this camera and taught myself how to edit. I shoot my podcast. You know, I got some other shows in the works that I'm doing. And I need, at times, I'm not always as driven, and sometimes I lack the ambition, right? And that's just because sometimes I get overwhelmed. And you would want to, or I would want to, surround myself with people that won't allow me to slip up. And it's not because, you know, they're riding the wave. It's because of the love that they have for me, right? But I've also noticed that that's a gift, right? That's something that you're born with, where you are being supportive of another person, and it comes naturally. You could feel it when it's natural and when it's not. You know, sometimes people ride the wave because they see the potential, right? They know that you are going to get on, quote unquote, on, so to speak, and whatever on is, record deal, you're gonna land a deal somewhere, you got some money coming. They see the star power in you, right? And sometimes that could, you know, turn into hate. They could start hating, or they could ride the wave. They can get on board because they see where you're going, and they might not necessarily have that in them, but they see it in you and they riding the wave. But then you have those other people that see you slacking, right? And they genuinely care for you. Whatever it is that you may be doing, it's just like a added bonus, right? But they love you so much that they constantly picking your brain. Well, in relationships, especially with, I believe, with men, and I can only speak for men like myself, when you are trying to build something, you're so overwhelmed with the workload at times, and trying to attend this situation you got over here, quote unquote work, a real 9-to-5, to fund your dream. So going to work and playing ball, right, to receive that income to help you pay for your dream. And with all of those things going on, and especially entrepreneur, you know, minds like myself, you want someone to champion you on to victory. They won't allow you to, you know, to slip. And you know, with women, I always thought, and I had this conversation with my cousin one time, not too long ago. I always thought women were naturally nurturing. I thought that all women were naturally nurturing. And that's not the case. That's not the case. I held people accountable I went at I found myself upset with women that I've dated that wasn't supportive of me. But then after talking, like I said, to my cousin, I realized, what if this woman was never taught how to be supportive? And I argued back. My cousin was like, you know, basically, and she is a girl. She's a grown woman. She was like, cuz not every woman is nurturing. And I'm like, well, this person has a child. she was like, that still doesn't mean that she's nurturing. She might be doing these certain things because of what it's supposed to look like, right? Like a parent is supposed to go to the kids' games. A parent is supposed to hang the child's drawing up on the refrigerator. But honestly, that still doesn't, because it's a learned thing. Like they seen it on TV, right? And the rest of their friends or people around them might be doing that. So it's almost like peer pressure. But they don't make it a priority. You know what I mean? And if you're dating someone that it isn't naturally in them to do, then you won't see it. So all the things that you're trying to do, this woman is just not there. And then, you know, it's also hard for, well, I can't speak for everyone, but I'm gonna speak for myself. It'd be hard for me to celebrate the win after that. You know what I mean? Like, you were there because you're my woman, but I don't ever want to feel like you didn't have a helping hand in getting me to this point. That's my, you know, I went off on a tangent, I'm sorry. But ladies, I want y'all to know that the same things that you want from a man, the man wants from you as well. Every man wants to feel like he's that guy to you at all times. You understand? And a lot of men, yo,
what you want, boy?
ain't shit. We gonna play at 5:30. They already playing in my uncle's yard.
Oh, so they come in your crib, they going over there?
Yeah, I'm coming. They coming here. It's too cold, bro. I don't know how them niggas doing
I
that.
don't know how them niggas doing that.
Yeah, 5:30 though. I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna get some change. I'm gonna go grab my uncle, and I'm coming back to my crib.
What time you come? Damn, I was gonna tell you that I'm in a hurry. Shit.
As you're talking to me right now, I'm recording this podcast. So 5:30. I'm gonna call you as soon as I'm done. All right. Men want what women want as well. I don't think that all men want to be the strong, you know, Hulk guy all the time. You know how hard it is to be that person all the time? All the time. Just as much as women want to come home and take their hair out of bun and relax, men want to come home, kick off their shoes, and chill out. If you knew what we had to go through on a day-to-day basis outside the walls, the roof of our home, just to make it back to you, or stay sane, right? It's like almost like dating somebody with a job that is very unpredictable, like a CO or a cop, or you know, somebody like that. We living in an age now where it's bad outside. It's bad. You turn on the news, it's like a horror flick. You know? So we want to come home and receive the same feeling that you want when you see, you know, when you come home. We want to be nurturing. We want to be, I was gonna say, I'm not gonna say that, but some men want to be vulnerable. You know, I want to be able to cry. I want to be able to tell you my darkest secrets. You know what I'm saying? I don't think any man wants to be hard 24/7. 24/7. Also, going back to what I was talking about earlier, as far as the men having these discussions with me, sex is a big thing with a lot of men. I think that if a man wants to be having sex, okay, let me say this. I think every man can identify with this. When you get a certain age, I can't, not to say that I'm, I will have unprotected sex, with someone new, right? With a new woman in my life. But more of the reason why I don't, screw everything that falls into my DM or fall out the sky is because I am at an age where, like, going in the store and buying condoms to run around with different women, for me at this age is just like, and like I said, I'm not saying that jumping in a new situation or getting involved with a woman and the first time I won't use a condom. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you get to a point to where the shit that you did as a child is no longer a part of you anymore. And at this age, it's almost like, yo, I want to be comfortable with one woman so I don't have to, question or not if I should go get condoms. You understand? But you're only gonna get out what you put in, and for that to take place, a lot of trust and a lot of communication, open communication will have to take place. But sex is definitely a thing, And I think men get to a certain point in their life, like, I don't have to screw my wife all day, every day. She's here. We got babies running around. We could find some time to get it in the laundry room or something like that. I ain't gonna lie, and every man could probably vouch for me when I say this, but that sneaky sex is something. That is something. It does something to a man's soul when y'all gotta sneak and do it. Real quickies, 30 pumps, you know what I'm saying? I think every man could vouch for me when that sneaky link in the house when the kids running around. It's nothing like it. Nothing like it. But I don't want to make this a long, drawn out thing. It's gonna be a quick one. As you can see, like I said, the studio was going through some changes. But ladies, pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. If your man is demanding, I said demanding. If your man is asking you for certain things, like the way you dress, he might be asking for you to put on this or or encouraging you to not wear makeup or to lose weight. You know, the funniest thing in the world to me is seeing a couple and the man is in decent condition. Like, you could tell he might go running, he lift a little weight, he's eating healthy. And then you see his woman and she's living her best life. I always wondered, like, the conversation, if there is any. How can, like, or how do men, how does a relationship progress, right? And, you know, with that type of feel, that type of look, right? Like, I mean, in relationships, if I'm on something, should my partner be on it as well? And if that was the case, would it make the relationship better? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm in the gym and I'm working out and I'm drinking a gallon of water a day and I'm, you know, if my woman isn't on it, would that screw up the relationship? Should it? I know a lot of people in relationships that it has, like, the man is taking a different route. He's going right, she's going left, and it's like, yo, what we doing here? And a lot of times, the people that I know that had issues in their relationship with their partner, when it came to stuff like that, they wound up cheating. Not to say that that's the solution. And, you know, before you go and do that, I think a major conversation should be had, and possibly counseling. But that goes back to communication. Like, I'm telling you what I like, and you just failing to apply yourself. Like, you're not applying yourself. It's like, screw it. And then wondering why I don't want to get on top of you, or, you know, do that nasty several times out the week. And you know, honestly, I think a lot of men aren't even having that type of conversation. I think men are, even in marriages, I think they hold their wives' feelings so dear to their heart that they're afraid to have that discussion with them. And that's the craziest shit in the world. Like, how are you married to this woman, but you're afraid to tell her your feelings? What makes you happy? You know what I'm saying? What you're looking to get out of her, the better person that she can be, how this relationship could be even better. Those sacrifices. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, so I always wondered, like, I want to talk to more men that are sort of unhappy with their wives' appearance, right? And wonder why, and try to figure out why they won't have the discussion with their woman. You know, yeah, that would be an interesting conversation. I would love to just sit down and pick a man's brain, but and with that, how do you know when a relationship has ran its course? Do you wait until you guys start cheating on one another? Holding back information from one another? Like, oh, you refuse to tell her certain things that may go on at your job, or a raise, or, you know, things that you should be celebrating. You know, maybe even if the relationship turns into a toxic one, when do you realize that it's over? You know, it's ran its course. And do people still hold on no matter what? I've been in relationships where it almost felt as if like we were married without getting married. Meaning like I might have held on for too long because of the love, just hoping one day something like a miracle would happen. Everything, all the things in our relationship that was screwed up, hoping that it would just stop. Like, just, you know, it never panned out that way. And I also threw a curveball in the relationship. I would say things, or I said something like, you know, breakups are terrible, right? If you have a chance to get back with your significant other, remember the time when you guys weren't together. And that will keep your ass on the straight and narrow. Everybody hates a breakup. It's the worst thing. You actually feel like something is going on in your body, like you're dying. So if you could remember that moment, feeling alone, being alone, right? And losing your partner, someone that you love, you don't want to go through that again, or you don't want to have to keep going through that. So remembering that moment was just like, yo, listen, I know how that feel, you know, so I need to fix this shit between us. I don't want to be without this man. I don't want to be without this woman. I need to figure this shit out. If it means me, you know, going to the extreme, whatever it is that he's asking or she's asking, that's what needs to be done. Because I don't want to lose this man. That's the ultimate test. That's the ultimate discipline. If you're not willing to do that, then alone you will be. Breakups suck. Trust me. I know. So, like I said, it was gonna be a quick one. I'm gonna end it on that note. I hope you people stay tuned and check me out. I have a new show coming. It is called The Wrong Way. It was supposed to premiere about a week or two ago, but I had to pull it back. I have some things going on. And I didn't like the final edit, so I had to scrap it. Listen, I'm a perfectionist, and I see it a certain way, and if it's not that way, then we gonna hold on to it until it is. I refuse to release stuff that I'm not happy with. So it is coming this summer. My sneaker show will be coming. And just keep supporting me, please. I really, really appreciate it. To the people that are in my corner no matter what, whether I make them happy or sad, thank you. To the people that's cheering me on, that are in relationships that can't that can't allow their man to know that they're cheering me on, continue to keep me in your prayers and cheer me on from a distance. I really, really appreciate it. And with that being said, we're gonna close out the show with "We Rollin' Bitches." Ooh.